affected other people. I like hearing about the practice, but I also would like to share and like to hear about what people are doing differently now, because I've done a lot of different things, and I know, people that are here on this call right now have. But
that is the power of discernment. You rightly said. Discernment is not only to succeed in meditation, but also it helps in our personal, professional, social life, in day-to-day activities. That's a great understanding. Look at it, Christina. That is how, at this young age, if you start your journey with these principles, the life will always be beautiful. That's a beautiful point you said. You see, all these principles are not only for the journey of the self discovery. Your self discovery impacts your personal, professional, social life, isn't it? How are you? What do you think, Stephen?
Oh, I completely agree. I feel like I've shared with you, Sam and I talk about this all the time. And, we, as I mentioned last time, just being able to talk amongst each other and learn about how it's affecting, and then, having those, being able to have those aha moments and those realizations that, like, oh yeah, I am experiencing that. I just don't have clarity on it. And we're able to, exchange that knowledge to create the wisdom and take us to the path of enlightenment.
Beautiful. That is what we should do. We should not shy. And if we find another person who is close to us and who is ready to talk and communicate and discuss, that will definitely help us a great deal. It removes lot of confusion.
Girish, I just read a book. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Christina. Your turn.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just going to add really quick to that. What I've experienced is I moved back home, so I'm in my family's home where I grew up, and really just the humility aspect I've fully embraced, because breaking from my generational XYZ, that's been the biggest thing for me, and just taking it all with humility has been the greatest. And it's literally you just have to laugh at it, because it's I'm in peace now. You all have the peace. Let's all do it, So, but it is interesting.
Good. Wonderful.
Girish, have you read or heard of Dr. Nicole LePera? She's got an Instagram page. It's called The Holistic Psychologist. She just wrote a book called How to Do the Work, which combines Eastern principles, Western principles, and talks a lot about physical trauma, body health, and how a lot of her patients, when she first became a psychologist, were dealing with irritable bowel syndrome or other physical symptoms and she talks about kind of how to heal those all together. But the big thing that I told Uncle Stephen, which I've been embracing, is she says to feel comfortable being misunderstood. Because now that we're all on these calls and we're learning all this stuff, I feel like I'm a stranger to everybody else, and they have no idea what I'm talking about or saying, and I don't think they misunderstand. And it's kind of funny that I'm making it clear what I need from them, or where my boundaries lie, when I'm not willing to hang out with people, when I'm tired, and they're like, "Whoa, you don't want to drink anymore?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to drink anymore." Everybody's so invested in
Yes,
in me, and it's funny. So I'm misunderstood, and that's my thing for the week, and that's cool. It's fine.
I think perhaps I have not read her, but the way you are talking about her, so she is definitely integrating the Eastern with the Western wisdom. So only difference in the Eastern wisdom that we keep our focus on self-discovery, and the rest falls into its place. So that I'm really happy that we can go deeper and deeper by it. So we have been understanding what is our essential nature, real self. So if we are not clear about departure and the arrival point, then we have a confusion. What is our departure point from the current life internally in terms of our behavior, thoughts, feeling, aspirations, goals, etc.? Then the master beautifully asks by giving an example. The sun is sun because of light, fire is fire because of heat, sugar is sugar because of sweetness. Now fill in the blanks. I am because of stress. Not possible. But we make it possible in our mind, and then the journey of the stress and anxiety starts. I am because of I am because of my honey. And if the honey leaves me, then the problems are. Look at, can we add poor and rich Bill Gates together? 27 years of loveless life. So I am because of loveless life. It does not work at all in our life. So then our masters put forth an argument. You love peace. Don't you love peace? Yes, that is your nature. I love happiness. Yes, love. Happiness is my nature. I love knowledge. That is my nature. I love to survive. That is my nature. Existence. I am existence. Because of which the body, mind, intellect, ego, thought exist. Did you get it? I like to survive. It means that instinct of survival enters into my head naturally because I am existence. But I think I exist because of the body, mind, breath, intellect, ego, and the thoughts. And there the problem starts. That is a great confusion, and that confusion is known as ignorance. That confusion is known as delusion. That confusion is known as Maya. Oh, you have heard the word Maya from the Eastern wisdom. That confusion is known as delusion, Maya, ignorance, impure mind. We are understanding still the very first principle because that will take us to a deeper and a higher level. So there is another way of understanding. Ask yourself, what is the subject matter? The subject matter is real self. Who will study? This subject. Who is ready to study? A seeker, a qualified seeker. So qualified seeker means that my focus is on the real self. And what is the result? End of suffering, end of insecurity, end of fear, and awakening to permanent peace and happiness. So after this session, start thinking what exactly is the subject matter. This is one way to think, and the other way to what is the goal of my life? What exactly is the goal of my life? Wealth, good. So I keep on accumulating wealth, but the insecurity continues. In other way, more the wealth, greater the insecurity. Have you seen that? I have to secure it. Now I have been continuously earning the wealth, and then what happens is sense of feeling, if feeling comes into my mind, it is not helping me to get freedom from the insecurity. So let me gain some power. So wealth, then the power in terms of the recognition and the fame. Oh, I have 5 million followers. What will happen? Are you free from insecurity? That is the main question. I have $1 million. Are you free from the insecurity? I am because of the love. I am not because of loveless life. So subject matter has to be very clear, and then check yourself. Am I a qualified seeker? Second one. Third is the result. Now link all the three together, permutation and combination. Subject matter with seeker. Subject matter with the result. Subject and seeker with the result. What will happen? Your mind will start changing. That is what Sam and Stephen was talking. You will discover that how to apply this wisdom in your daily life. It's not the question how much you have. It is the question when you apply this wisdom, you start removing the confusion from your life. Understand, confusion, ignorance, maya, delusion, all are impure mind, all are same. So once that is clear, then what happens? Then it only takes time. Within, because the knowledge is realized in stages, and once you enter into that, being a qualified seeker, you are treading the path. You will never mind even some challenges comes from the world. The world is going to offer the challenges. Not every day is the same. This world is full of likes and dislikes, hate and love. This is going to happen. Do you think when Buddha got awakened, everyone loved him? He was stoned wherever he went to the villages to guide and teach, at least for 3 to 4 years. Look at the Jesus. Look at our great people. So, but their perception of these challenges is totally different than how we have those references. The most beautiful thing. Now, I remember, that is wonderful. If you do not accept the real self, which is full of permanent peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom, if you do not accept, then it is better to stop studying and stop learning and practicing meditation. Many people come to me, you have seen a lot of people join and they leave. Oh, do you have stress? Who doesn't have a stress? I become a philosopher instantly. That needs to be dropped from the mind. That needs to be dropped from the mind. So now make it very clear. So once we have a confusion, that is known as ignorance, that is known as delusion, that is known as maya, that is known as impure mind. At the level of a seeker, all appears to be same. So I have to remove the confusion. First, by the intellect, by understanding the very nature of the real self. Did you understand clearly the two methods of inquiry? Simple inquiry. Thing is unknown to me. Then I receive a knowledge. I don't know Kate, so Stephen tells me about the Kate, I get the knowledge. So because I didn't have a previous knowledge, so there is no confusion. You see the signs. We study the science in a college, in school, in university. So here is the principle, atom is this. I didn't know before. So there is no confusion. There is a confusion of understanding. But in the field of self-inquiry, I know something, but I don't know the reality. It is mixed up. It is mixed up. When I wake up in the morning, maybe I become the body. After a few hours, I become the mind. After a few hours, I become the emotion. After a few hours, I become a good and noble person. I'm ready to do anything for the sake of society and the nation and return again. So all these things are continuing in my life. I become stress, I become anxiety, I become duality. So that confusion has to be removed by self inquiry. And we have to earn the wealth of discernment. We have to earn the wealth of a discernment. And that discernment is known as Viveka. Viveka. Viveka means to separate. So first inquiry does not need any separation because there is no confusion in my life. Second one demands separation. So where to separate? In my intellect. So I have to think. I have given you example like blueness of the sky. Now see the confusion. If sky does not exist, the blueness has no value. See the confusion? If the real self is not there, body, mind, intellect, ego is not there. But we give too much importance that I am the body, mind, intellect, and ego, and there the lot of problem arise. There comes self-inquiry, viveka. That is what is known as viveka. Confusion, see that. We say, yes, I'm in stress. We don't question, is stress my essential nature? No. Because I love happiness, I love peace. That is my nature. So you see, I have a real life experience of stress. Real life, according to the human being. But at the same time, that stress is nothing but the blueness of a sky. That needs to be understood. Are you getting it? So first thing that I have to separate, this blueness is nothing but the stress and anxiety, duality, conflict. Why? Because I'm searching security. I want to get rid of the fear. Tell me why you want to earn wealth. Ultimately, you will find the reason security. Are you secure? We all have different amount of wealth. Are we secure? So I have to separate. Security is superimposed on the wealth. I have to separate it. Just separate it. Let the wealth remain as wealth. Once that happens in your intellect, you are ready and you are a higher level of a seeker. Now see, mind is always running, wandering, causes anxiety only because I am searching the security, freedom from the fear in those things where they are not available. They are not available. Last time also I told you, does the dollar bill shows anywhere that I will make you secure? There is a picture of our president, and that's all you can exchange. It's a power of exchange. I will die because you, honey, if you leave me. So is the security written on the honey? Is the state of fearlessness is there? It does not mean that we should not love. This is, what I'm talking about viveka. I have to question. I should not live like animals. Animals do not question. Have you seen animal questions? Why they don't question? They live at the lower level of self-awareness. We live at a higher level of self-awareness. Whether you are studying Eastern wisdom or not, this level of self-awareness in the human race is always present. Then they are going to haunt you at any point of time. Again, our dear friend, after 27 years, it haunted Bill Gates. It's a good example. So, what Eastern wisdom does, it says, here are the principles, power of discernment. Start using it and see how you can get rid of the security. So, now understand another. This viveka or discernment is the cause of dispassion. Someone talked about is dispassion that I should be neutral about anything happening outside. No. So viveka is the cause of dispassion. Dispassion is the cause of 6 treasures, 6 wealth of the mind, and one of the wealth is sama, peace, happiness. Now every day you wake up in the morning and you are in peace. Whatever you are doing it in peace. You are doing it in peace. So once we have understood this, now comes, there is another point that needs to be understood. Human being cannot do without working, making an effort. And that working pertains to millions and millions of desires in the world. Our masters have categorized into 4 groups: earning wealth, having pleasure. These 2 are very much common in animal race and the human being. But because I live at a higher level of self-awareness, and I find, yes, today I have eaten the choice of my food, I have the choice of my clothes, I have the choice of my car, I have the choice of my home. Everything is done. Still, I feel emptiness. Why that emptiness? I'm looking for security, freedom from the fear, abundance of peace and happiness, which I didn't get it. So once I start thinking clearly, then I remove the confusion of the wealth and the pleasure that can give me security and freedom from the fear. So our master says that is what is known as self-discovery. Let me discover the self. So if I find by any chance that this self is full of fear, then there is no way to get rid of the fear. So let us live our life with the fear. And anyhow, if we find that real self is of the nature that offers us total freedom from the fear, from the insecurity, from the confusion, from the stress and anxiety, this is what is known as awakening. But without viveka, we cannot get this. We cannot get this. So, from the next session, we will understand that what exactly is viveka according to the Eastern wisdom. Everything that I explained, it becomes. But to give you a simple idea that how to separate in my intellect at all time in my life. Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. So now through the intellect, I separate whatever is changing. Did I tell you? Sweetness of a sugar is the essential nature. Essential nature of the sun is light, heat of the fire. So, what is my essential nature? So, once we have understood this, now we go to a specific understanding that whatever is changing in this world perceived by the mind is anitya, that cannot be my real nature. So, I'm leaving the discussion on this part. So now we come to Viveka. Viveka, real Viveka means that I have to live in that field of awareness where I'm aware of the changing so that I can reach to what is unchanging in me. What is changing in the world? What is unchanging in the world? Think of it. Start thinking from this. So we'll go with a beautiful understanding and definition of these viveka. Let us start our journey of